All across states like Texas, Florida, and California, high school football is serious business. The stadium's full of screaming fans and four-star athletes everywhere you look. But if football was perfected by the Sun Belt, you can't deny that it was born in places like Northeast Ohio. After all, Canton was the birthplace of professional football in 1920. And today it's home to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In nearby Cleveland, supporters of the hometown Browns still boast about the team's colorful history and stars like Otto Graham and Jim Brown. And in the small town of Cuyahoga Falls, there's one quarterback who strives to fall in line with Ohio's gridiron roots. His name is Connor Cook. He plays at Walsh Jesuit High School, where the football program has been defined by the same guy for the last 30 years. Jerry Rardin took over the program in the late 70s and led the team to the 1999 state championship.
Coaches from all over the nation will come here every year, Division I schools from California, Florida, and everywhere in between. They come here because they know the players are going to be prepared academically. They're not going to be the kind of kids they're going to have to babysit and make sure they get to class. They're the kind of kids that they know how to study, they know how to learn. And then on top of it, our athletic programs here have had a lot of success, and they know our kids are going to be prepared, whether it's football, baseball, whatever it is. Our kids, I believe, are coached well, and that pays off.
Rardin isn't thinking about the past this season. That's because the present is pretty sweet. Walsh Jesuit features one of the best quarterbacks in Ohio. Connor Cook stands 6'4", has a cannon for an arm, and loves the game of football.
I just like playing it. I like the game. I like, being the quarterback. I like throwing the ball. It's fun to me. I like the how it's intense. I like it's a brutal game. It's an emotional game.
In my time here, I think that I've had 10 to 11 Division I quarterbacks. Kids that have gone to Big Ten and Mid-American Conference schools everywhere in between the quarterback position. Connor actually, his skill package that he has is second to none, really. The kid has the speed that's just unbelievable. His arm strength is unbelievable. His agility is really something. And I think going into his senior year, he's going to combine that with great decision-making.
As a junior in 2009, Cook threw for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, despite the run-oriented offense of Walsh Jesuit.
We definitely run the ball. We've had several pretty good running backs. Cam Monaco, who graduated last year, is at Wisconsin, coming up this season. Got a lot of carries. We tend to run the ball, but it's kind of a spread-out, zone scheme.
Cook has talent and guts. Never saw this more evident than during a game against St. Vincent St. Mary. That's when Cook drove his team the length of the field in the fourth quarter to set up the game-winning field goal.
It was a great experience. The whole game, it was, just a mess, with the rain and whatever. But, I think I completed 3 passes, until the fourth quarter. Then, we get the ball, Jeff Borkey makes an interception in the end zone. We thought we were down, thought we were going to go to overtime. I just thought I was going to take a knee or whatever. And Coach Rain's like, no, we're gonna go. So I connected on 3 passes for 73 yards in 20 seconds, and then Matt Bennett kicks a field goal and everyone rushes the field. And it was probably the greatest, definitely by far the greatest football experience I've ever, anything I've experienced in football. So it was a great win, best win of my life.
Cook is a great combination of talent and brains. He carries a 3.5 grade point average. With a combination of strong arm and smarts, it's no surprise that Cook receives scholarship offers from all over the country.
He's a bright kid. He works hard in the classroom. He's the same way out in the field. He looks like he's loose and so forth, but he is focused. He is just extremely focused. It's really been fun just to watch him in the classroom. Teachers tell me, I never had him as a student, but they're impressed with his academic abilities. And when he's out on the field practicing, he's just a fun kid to watch.
I don't really like math. I'm just kind of good at it, but I've just always been, real studious and, take my grades seriously. I think I have a 3.5 or something like that. But always take my grades serious. Got to stay on top of that. But math, I say, is my best subject. I wouldn't say I enjoy it, the best, but it's my best subject.
In the end, he chose to play at rising Big Ten power Michigan State.
That's what it takes. That's been the decision of all the kids that have gone on to play. All of a sudden, for some reason, this place feels like home. And Michigan State did that for him. Yeah, it surprised me. I mean, because his tape was just being sent out all over the place, and everybody that saw it, you know, they right away said, "Wow," you know, and everybody was interested in this kid. So his early commitment did surprise me, but I was real happy for him because he's just very, very thrilled with his choice.
But before he heads to the Big Ten, Cook still has one last goal at Walsh Jesuit.
Our goal right now is practice on Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving morning, and that's, you know, I think playing for the state championship game. So, you know, make the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs last year, which was, you know, a downer, but, you know, make the playoffs, win a state title, and, you know, I really don't have any individual goals, but, you know, as long as we keep winning, I think my individual goals, you know, will take care of itself.
Walsh Jesuit has a storied football tradition. After all, Walsh grad and Super Bowl champion Mike Vrabel is in the school's Hall of Fame. But if things go according to plan, the next big superstar to hail from Walsh is Connor Cook.